Hello, Bill Wilson. This is Canada Startup, and this is Dave Rogers. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks, Dave. Looking forward to another great chat.
Well, we had some great questions on financing, and then we had some people who are looking at the stock market, and people who are looking at making money on the stock market. And while neither you or I are financial advisors, we have been talking about stocks lately, and we've been being curious about it. Do you have any questions as we kick off the session today?
Um, I've heard of this thing called SPACs. What is it? What's the Canadian version? Um,
It's probably the hottest thing happening right now in the North American market. Special purpose acquisition corps. What's
okay.
happening are the rich folks are putting together a vehicle that allows them to buy an existing company, do a collaboration, and then have it listed on the New York Stock Exchange without having to go through a lot of the rigmarole of the IPO, traditional IPO
Right
methodology.
on. So
And
a little
so
bit of teamwork in there.
there's a great amount of teamwork. And that's part of the topic is that we've been looking at finance, we've been looking at teamwork. The SPAC is something that is just really taken off in the past year. And supposedly 80 deals have been done, and a couple of them that we're going to talk about today because it is exciting. If money is being made, money is something that is driving the stock market right now in America because we're getting this huge disconnect of people that are really, really struggling. And then you have the billionaires who have had the most incredible financial years that they've ever had in their life. Right. And then you're getting some 20-year-olds, some 30-year-olds who are being able to jump into this arena to accelerate bringing their businesses. And so today I wanted to talk about food.
Always good. Always willing to listen about food.
Have you ever tried Beyond Meat?
I think I have once or twice. And I'm definitely a meat and potatoes guy, but it was good. I mean, if it was in a blind taste test, I couldn't tell the difference. So it was all right. All right for a change, but not full time for me.
So Beyond Meat has been in the news for the last year. They've really been working hard to become a meat substitute. Okay. It's made out of mainly plants. It has been targeting the likes of McDonald's and Walmart to get their meat products, their alternative meat products. The Robin Hood investors have been loving it. They really have this idea that companies like Beyond Meat are going to be good for the planet. And what has happened in the last little while, it's had great volatility, yet there is a new kid on the block, and this one is called Tattooed Chef. And Tattooed Chef is one that has taken the SPAC market by storm. Okay. And right now there's quite a bit of talking that one up, and it's gone from about $16 to $20, and they're saying it could be up to $60 in the next 18 months. So,
oh, wow.
While we do not say that you should do it, I want to be able to share this with you is that there are these changes that are going on. Our eating is one of the topics, the food chain, the whole business of food. And now the alternative meat market is something that would be considered quite hot. Tattooed Chef, check it out. CCF if you want to check out the code, and we will see some great volatility. Yesterday was up 10%, today it was down 3%. It could be a nice buy and hold, or it could be an interesting trade for people who have some appetite. I could be talking about Bitcoin today, but maybe we'll hold off on Bitcoin and alternative coin investing in a future talk. The next topic I want to talk about, since you mentioned that you've been to Vegas.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite place in Vegas that you like to stay?
Our favorite, I really like the Monte Carlo and MGM.
All right.
Those two are our favorites.
The one that, if you're an investor for the long term, the one that's looking very attractive right now is Wynn.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you're looking at a 2 to 5 year investment, Wynn is considered to be the nicest, most powerful, best run business. Yet what's happened this year there's been a lot of online gaming.
Yes.
And online gaming is such a vehicle where people are able to leverage licenses and make incredible amount of money. The one that is timely this week is that the SPAC is rolling over, and it is called LCA.
Okay, who's that?
And again, you said who's that? Because that's the tricky part about this type of investing, because like we said, SPACs are often driven by a person who can influence the market. The person behind this is a gentleman called Tillman Fertitta.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that name?
No. Where's he from?
Well, he's the owner of the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
He's the owner or original funder of MMC, UFC, Ultimate Fighter.
Right on.
Where he was able to cash out a couple of $1 billion from a small couple of $1 million investment, along with Dana White. He made more than $1 billion in that. So Tillman Fertitta is behind this gambling SPAC that is going to be looked at as an incredible opportunity to leverage on the online gaming market throughout North America. So if that's something that you're curious about, you can check out WIN for a longer term, more stable. You can check out LCA for a great volatility, ups and downs, and maybe double your money within, let's say, a year, because that's the way that a lot of these are trading.
What's the best way to get into these things really early?
It's
potentially when the price is lower.
A lot of them the SPACs start out at $10, but then once it gets exciting of who they're buying, and that's when there's a lot of volatility and activity, and it goes up. Sometimes they go up to $20, $30, $40, but then it can come back down. Yet $10 seems to be the place that you can invest in an empty shell. And so right now, it's often the people behind them. And we might in the future talk about some other ones. Like right now, actually, I'll talk about it. It's a gentleman called Bill Ackman, who is very famous for shorting a lot of companies. And his fund, Pershing, is looking for which companies is it going to buy.
Right on.
And so that's one that's in play right now. And as soon as they find out who it's going to buy, it's likely to go up 20, 30, 80%. So that's sort of the dynamics of the marketplace right now. The last one I wanted to talk about is about medicine, because so many people right now, of course, are focused on COVID. They're focused on Moderna, focused on Pfizer. Well, Medicinal, when I talked about it, is Medicinal talking about a deal that is being announced right now. In fact, right before we came on today, this deal between Alphria and Tilray has just been announced. And likely these stocks are going to start up tomorrow, up significantly. Yet there's a name behind Alphria that I wanted to point out. And his name is Irwin Simon. And Irwin Simon has been in the food industry for a long time with Hanes Celestial. And he was very famous in buying up companies, growing them, and then leveraging them and leveraging the price. And so that's been interesting right now, is that this one's in play. There's a buyout going on. If you want to go and study both of them, they've both come down a lot because marijuana stocks have come down so significantly.
Yes.
If you're looking at the medicinal component of it for the next 1 to 12 months, this might be a fascinating play to explore. And yes, it is based on partnerships, collaboration, looking for ways to add value to shareholders.
Oh, right on. I've heard of this thing called a capital pool. Is that like a SPAC?
It is like a SPAC. SPACs have been, capital pool could be you and I putting together some money and making an investment. Capital pool could be groups of people that do a crowdfunding. Capital pool is ways to put money together that then can be used for some type of investment or public good. SPACs are the next level up, where it's special purpose acquisition corp. And then what they do is they're looking for companies that are ready to go to IPO or fast track it and move into the markets at a faster pace.
Right on.
So that's a little update on the financial markets. These are three that are in play right now. There might be some people that are interested to learn more about that. I'm inviting you to check out Continual Shift on YouTube. We'll be doing more videos on the financing, given that we've been quite active talking about it and putting some resources to some of these investments, and also looking for ways to get really great information, share great information, and monetize some of that value. How does that sound?
Awesome. Sounds great.
All right. Well, do you have any other questions before we bring it to a close? I think we're going to bring this one to a wrap today.
Yeah. One last question.
Yes.
If somebody wanted to do like a Wealthsimple type of idea, would that person be able to access this stuff and make the purchases through that? Or what channel do you need to go through to access these things?
You could check out Wealthsimple, which is a Canadian version of Robinhood, and you can move some money into your Wealthsimple account, and you can buy Canadian or American stocks. They do have some different ways of charging you for that. It's supposed to be no cost to use Wealthsimple. However, they get you on the currencies a little bit. So that's one of the ways that Wealthsimple monetizes a little bit of their value. Yet today we actually opened up accounts to allow us to trade some of the cryptocurrencies. And actually we transferred money into those accounts to allow us to play or make some investments into the cryptocurrencies.
Right on.
So something that we can talk about in a future show with Canadian startup, with small, medium-sized business enterprises, because these are financing opportunities that you as an entrepreneur, as a social entrepreneur, can be aware of to be able to accelerate, scale your business, your team, and the ways that things are happening in the world. And that's what's great about this, is that these are timely, these are happening right now, and this is where you can accelerate your learning. One of the key things that we've been talking about is practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes progress. So go check them out. Happy to answer or talk about it some more. And any of our listeners today, if you're talking to people who are looking at making investments or trading and want to learn a little bit more, check out Continual Shift on YouTube. Feel free to like this, share it, and be able to ask any questions. And Bill and I will be happy to respond on our meetup group, which is Canada Startup. And it's a great way for us to connect and help you build your business.
Excellent. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much. And you have a great week ahead, a profitable week ahead, and may the markets be with you.
Thank you. And you.